In this video, what we are going to do, we are going to uh, upload an image and get a preview of image from the Appwrite bucket as well. So let's get started, and this is going to be quite a long tutorial. So let's start. So now before jumping it, what we have to do, because we are going to pick the image from the storage and we are going to have a camera as well. Let's say you wanted to click the particular image, so go to the info.plist, and here at the information property list, click the plus sign. Yep, click it, and here at the bundle identifier, just write camera, or we can do one thing, nf info, open a source code. Yep, perfect. Now at the dict, what we are going to do, we are going to have a key which is ns camera description, camera usage description. Yep, so we have changed it to the privacy camera usage description. Appwrite login demo want to use your camera. You can change your description as well. Let's say you have your own application which you want to use your camera. You can write the name and use your camera. Now that's one thing. Now let's jump back to the Appwrite thing. Before that, what we are going to do, we are going to create a views, because I wanted to segregate all the views in one thing, all the model in one thing, and all the logics which we are going to build, which we are going to write on the one folder. So first I'll have views. Here it will have a content view, it will have our second display. Come on, can I drag it? Yep, okay, and all the models are there, that's perfectly fine. Now go to the Appwrite. Here what we are going to do, we need a storage instance because we are going to store, and we need another import called NIO core. Yep, why I am importing it, I'll let you know in future when we will write the logic. So here I'll have a storage. Yep, here at the account dot client, I'll have a self dot storage is equals to storage. Okay, rather than, okay, my spelling mistake, storage. Yep, storage, perfect. Now before moving further, what we are going to do, let's say on the register thing, because there is one update we have to do on the register. As the user create its new account, the user session has to be created as well. What I mean is that whenever you register yourself, there has to be a session which should be created with that. So what we are going to do, let it is good, like we have created our email. Now we first, what we have to do, we have to check for the login thing. Let check for login is equals to await on login, and here we are going to provide email and comma password. And if the check for login is true, means it return true, then it will return true, means we will logged in as well, return true, else we will return false. What we are okay, so this is how it will run right now. And here on the login system, and let me do one thing more, we will have one more catch statement as well. Catch let error, let's say error in Appwrite error. Yep, there is something called Appwrite error as well, so we can print that registration failed with let's say error dot message. Whatever we get, we will return, we will print that, and it will return false, that we found an error and we are not able to move further, so we will see false. Yeah, perfect. Okay, so error as not in, sorry, error as Appwrite error, so yep, error dot message. Now what we are going to do, we are going to modify our on login method. Yep, modify, not modifying. Yep, we have to modify our own login method. How we are going to modify is that we are going to first, let's say when you log in, we have to check that if there is session exists. Right now I'm not going to check that is there any session is running or not. I'll just do one thing, try await account dot delete sessions, because what we are going to do, we are going to test the application again and again and again. So for that, I do not want to delete the session from the console. To to remove that hassle, I am just doing this, try await account or delete session. So that's probably it what we have to do on our side on the register things on the login method. Now let's move to the load user, because what we are going to do, we are going to what I wanted to do, I wanted to print the user email and I wanted to show the user user ID as well. Why I wanted to do all those things, let's say if you go to the Safari and if I go to the cloud.appwrite.io, let's move here. Why I want the user ID, because at the storage, if you go right here, we have to provide a user ID, like we have to provide an ID. So why I wanted to give the user particular ID, so that let's say if I wanted to fetch that particular image from the storage or particular file from this particular bucket, so we can get that reference or let's say the file ID fastly. So that's the reason why I wanted to give the I wanted to get the user's ID. So there are two things, there are two ways how you can load the user's email or user ID. Right now let's load the user email. So I'll create a public func load user async throws not this async, and it will have a string. Let me do one thing, let me just write it and then we'll continue from there. Okay, so load user is there. Like how I did it, I just let a user and account get, and user has a particular instance of email as well. So you can also use multiple things like created at email, name, password, and whatever you want, labels and other stuff as well. You can also print passwords. I think right now it's email. Okay, so now let's create some functions, and let's say create file, delete file, check for the file if it exists, and get the file preview. Let me do one thing, let me just create all those functions and then I'll explain you what those functions will do. Okay, so now functions has been created. How to create a file is that we need a file path and we need a file ID. File ID will the project means the user ID. So let try await storage.create file. Bucket ID will be this. If you go right here, this will be your bucket ID. Let's say if you create another bucket, let's say I create another bucket, let's say test, and if I create this, you will get this your bucket ID. Right now we do not want this, I'll just delete it. After creating a bucket, do remember that you have to give roles as well. You can give all the users, all the guests, whatever you want. Right now for the simplicity, I have used role any, that anyone can create file, delete file, update the file, and read the file as well. So let's move further. So create file, let try await storage.create file, bucket ID is this, file ID is this, file is input file dot from path, because I'll just give him the path and it will just upload the file from that particular path. It will reach to that path and it will get the file and will upload it. Now same goes with the delete file. You can delete the file by using this particular file ID. It just need a file ID and it will automatically delete from the Appwrite console. Now what we are going to do, we are going to check that if the file exists. Let's say the user want to upload its profile, it can easily be uploaded at the once, but let's say the user wanted to rewrite its profile picture. How we have to do, we have to first check that if that particular file is exist or not. If it exists, it means that the user profile is there, it means return the true, else return the false. And now update file, we need file path, sorry about it, we need a file path, we need file ID, and it will return a boolean. First of all, we will check that if the file exists. If it exists, then we will delete the file. Delete file id, and if deleted, then fail to delete that particular file if the file did not get deleted. Now if the file get deleted, now we are going to upload the particular file. So let created is equals to create file, we will give file path and file id, and if created, file created successfully, return true, else file failed to create a file. Now another function is that get file preview. Get file preview will get our file and it will return the data. How it will do, we'll just let a file preview but a byte buffer is this, we'll just assigning it, and let data is equals to byte buffer dot read data, length is this readable data, and we'll return the data. So hence we will get the image data from the get file preview, and we'll just catch if there any particular error. Now let's move to our first of all second display, because what we wanted to do, that we wanted to add some logics so that we can able to see the image id, not the user id and user email. So for that, what we are going to do, we are going to go to the second display as we are right there, and we are going to write some code into this. Like let's say we are going to first need a user email as well. So we'll have a let Appwrite, or let's say not this, for Appwrite, let's say this for Appwrite, and at the here I need a state. So state private var user email is equals to string. Let's say this, let's say if the user email get time to get load, so it will have loading. Let's say this loading. Same goes with the user id, state very good, rather than username, user id. So those are the two things which we are going to need, and now we will create a function. So now what I can do, I can also create a function right here for the with that load user. We can also create a function right here, but we can, what I wanted to tell you, that you can also create a function right here as well. So function load user id, it will async and throws let find user id is equals to try await Appwrite dot account dot get dot id. That's how we will get the id, and because we wanted to update the particular state of that thing as well, so what we are going to do, we are going to write dispatch queue dot main dot async, and we are going to assign the user id is our find user id. That's it. So let's do one thing. Let me write the whole code of the view so that the tutorial does not get too long, and then after that we will get back to you. Okay, so we have created our view. We have a navigation view, vertical stack, text is equals to text successfully means a register or login, and user id is our user id, which will have this. On appear simply means whenever user id get loaded, it will appear here. On appear try await load user, it will call the function of load user id, and the email we will have this email is equals to this, and dispatch, because we cannot write dispatch into that function of load user Appwrite user, so we have to write it here. And button, as you already know. Now let's do one thing, let's run it real quick, and then let's see what we have built till now. And after that we are going to build our logic for the image picker, like how we will pick the image and how we are to display the particular image. So let's run it real quick and let's see. Okay, as you know that this is building, so let's do one thing, let's create our two more files. What it will be, it will have two SwiftUI. Name is Appwrite image show. What it will do, it will just get the preview and it will display it here. And what I want is again is image pick, because we are going to pick the image as well. So SwiftUI image pick, okay, image pick. Yep, those are the two files which we are going to need. Now let's see first that those are the two files which we are going to need. Now let's see what we have built till now. So if you go right here and let's see, if we go to the Safari and if you go to the auth, okay, I have some demo users, so let's create a new user. Okay, so I have created a simulator and it is running. So our register successfully is working. So if I go log out, and yep, it is running. Let's log in. So yep, all our functions is working good. Now let's do one thing. Now let's create our logic for image pick, because we are going to pick the image from the storage, and as well as we what I'm thinking is that I think paint and title. Yep, I just need to show you how I'm thinking of, you know how I'm thinking of customizing the UI. I think there should be a painter, let's say online paint. Do not allow. Yep, Calculate will do it shortly. So I'll have a screen this. So how whenever I clicked a button, there should be a list of things should come here. Let's say image, let's say gallery here, and here it will have camera, and here it will have cancel. So and what it will do, it will let's say when we click gallery, it will open the gallery. When we will click camera, it should open camera, and we cancel, it should drop out. So that's why I'm thinking of building those. So let's create our logic here. So go new file, empty file, let's say I'm image picker logic, and we need to import foundation, UI kit, and SwiftUI foundation, SwiftUI, and UI kit as well. We will have a class image pick logic. It will have a structure of image picker. It will have a UI view controller representable. Let me do one thing. Let me just write all the code real quick, and then after that we'll get back to you. Since it is created, now let me explain you what it actually did. That first of all, we are going to pick the image. Source is the source type, like the camera or the gallery. So we'll have a UI image pick controller, which will have a source type of whatever you wanted to get the source type. And allow editing simply means that you wanted to change the aspect ratio of your image. We will see about that as well. Delegate is the coordinator. Now if you move further, it is quite the code which is written here is simply telling you how you wanted to let's say if you cancel it, then picker will get dismissed, animation is true, completion is null. And if image picker controller is that edited image, whatever, if let's say we edited the image, it will have UI image, and the selected image which you wanted to select is equals to the edited image, else the original image will be our selected image. So that's probably it about it. Now let's move to our image pick. Here we'll have it is a view which will have all those things. Now what we wanted to, we will have a user ID, because what I wanted is to get the user ID of the user into this view. How we will get it? We will get let user ID string, that's it. And here at the image pick, it will say it will have a missing argument, user ID. Let's say I'll give it null, and we'll have another error. Wait a second. Okay, it should have another error. Okay, it is not. The only reason is because that in the second display here at the second display above the button, what we wanted to do, we wanted to have a navigation view or navigation link, so that we can able to navigate from one screen to another. That's the how we did in our previous video in the content view. So how we will do it, we'll have navigation link, it will have a destination of image pick. Okay, wait, pick, yep. And label will be text. Okay, let me do one thing. Let's text which will have a pick image. Let's say this, and here it will have the user ID will be the user ID. Now that's good. Now we'll have a text which says pick image, and when we press on the text, we will navigate to the next screen. Now let's move further to the image pick scene. Yep. Now in the image pick, what we are going to do, we are going to have selected image is image picker presented, source type, Appwrite instance, show pop-up, and navigate to the next screen as well, because we wanted to show the particular image by fetching the image from the Appwrite. Now at the image pick, we'll have 4 things which we want. Not four, more than four I think. So state private var selected image, I think UI image. Let's say initially it is nil because we'll have no image. And state private var is image picker presented bool, and will have false. And I think we might have to import a UI kit as well. Let me do one thing, let me just do it real quick, the coding part, and then we'll get back. Okay, so those are all the instances which we wanted. Now we'll write our code in the view. Now in the view I'll have a navigation view, because we'll navigate from one screen to another. That's why I'm just writing a navigation view. And here we'll have a v stack. V stack simply means the vertical stack. We wanted to stack those things vertically. If let selected image is equal to selected image, then it will have an image which contains, I think, UI image is equal to selected image. We'll write it to the resizable, and scale to fit dot corner radius to 20, I guess, dot padding as well. Let's give it some padding. That's good. Else means what? Let's say we have not selected any image, but we still wanted to show an image. Else we'll have async image, and async image will have a URL of URL string. Yep. For the URL, what I'll just go to the pixels and just pick any image. So let me just pick an image and then we'll get back. Okay, so this is the URL which we have picked. Actually, if you go to this URL, it is my image which I have already give it to the pixels, kind of side activity. So which will have image in image dot resizable. Yep. Okay, wait. Yep, resizable. And let's say if there is any problem, sometimes image does get time to get load, we'll have a placeholder which will have a progress view dot foreground color, means the color of this will be blue, and a corner radius of the whole thing is 20. That's good. Now we'll have a horizontal stack. What it will do, it will navigate us, it will help to pick the image, it will have us to select the image as well. So at stack, let me do one thing, let me just write all the content which you want in the horizontal stack, and then I'll get back. Okay, so I've written so much code on the horizontal thing. Now I forget to click on record. So let's move further. Let's see what's the error. Appwrite image show. Okay, I think Appwrite image show we do not have right now. That has to be this. Let me fix this issue. Okay, we'll fix it later. Let's see. Will this solve the issue? I think so. Okay, file ID. Okay, that's why the problem was. No worries. Okay, so it will automatically get yep. No. So let's me explain what a horizontal stack will do. It will have a horizontal stack which will have a pick of those, right? It will show the image picker options. Here, this one, show image picker option. It will have a list coming out from the bottom, and it will show you the list. Let's say pick a photo, it will have a title. Choose a photo from the gallery or camera, library, and can selection as well. If the scene is this, then it will close. Like we are adding those things. UI application dot set connections scenes dot first as UI window scene, and window is this, and root view controller is window dot root view controller, and will present those things like alert VC, animated true, and completion null means nil. So that's how we will pick the image and we'll pass it to the next screen. Like it will show the image on the screen, and yep, that's probably it. Now with this function, what it is doing is, whatever image we are picking, it is storing it to the temporary directory, because what in the in the Appwrite function where we have create file, we have provided the file path, but by default I think that the image selected image does not provide us the path. So what I did, I just created another temporary path, and the save image to temporary path will have an image. I've created a path .uid.jpg, and those are the temporary directory, and save image to the file path, and that's it. It will return me the path. So if you search save image to temporary directory, I think that if the image path is this, like we are waiting it to the save the image to this path, and if success means the image is being saved at particular path, then we will show the pop-up that file has been updated successfully as well, and it will send the image as well. We'll update the file, appwrite.update file, and we have already have the logic of creating and deleting file here as well. .appwrite.update, and it will file updated successfully or created, or update fail to update if we face any problem. So it will have a send image button, and which is this .alert, which simply means that image uploaded successfully, and that's it. And it will have a navigation link as well, so that will navigate it from one screen to another screen as well. And this is a sheet, like sheet come from bottom to up. Source type is this and selected image this, and let's run this bad boy. Before running it, let me do one thing. Let's build the Appwrite image show as well, because this will not take that much time. Here at this, we are going to need Appwrite image show view model as well. Okay, I think that I have a model here. Let's create a model right here. Main actor class Appwrite image show view model. Like I can create a new file, but rather than creating a new file, let's create it right here. It will have observable state, observable object. So it will have published var image data nil, and okay, nil, and we'll have another thing which is called boolean. Simply means that if the user is like the internet is taking time to load that data, it will have a loading animation. Is loading, it will have a boolean, and initially it will be false. Private let Appwrite is equals, like we are going to create an instance of Appwrite. Other than this, Appwrite. Now function of fetch image function fetch image, it will need a file ID of string async. Async is if is loading is equals to true, means now the image is being loading, so it will return true, means it will have a true. If let data is equals to await Appwrite.get file preview, file ID will be the file ID, then image data is equals to data, whatever data we have, it will have on the image data, and is loading is false. That's probably it. Now let's let's run this. Now let's do one thing. I'll have a state, because it will update the state as well. Private var view model, let's say this view model of Appwrite image show view model. Now at the text v stack, if let image data is equals to view, okay, view model, okay, not this, sorry about that, view model dot image data, and comma let UI image is equals to UI image data is equals to image data. Now we will show the image of UI image is UI image, I think so, dot resizable dot scaled to fit, means we will just show whatever image we get from the Appwrite storage, and we will just show it right here. Else if view model, I think so, view model is loading. Okay, now this view model will get a small view, then we will show a progress view of loading. else which will have a text which will say failed to load the image dot foreground color to, let's say, red, because it is quite a error or something. So we'll have a navigation bar back button true, means we do not want a back button. On appear, I think so, on appear what it will do, it will perform a task. On appear task await view model dot fetch image. File id will be the file id which we are going to perform. So that's it. Now I think all our functions which we wanted is ready. Now let's run this thing and let's test this thing out. Okay, those are the, let's wait for it to run it. And yeah, now go to the Safari. Let me delete all the users which we wanted. Let's say we will use r.gmail.com right now. Okay, let's see. I think it should show invalid credentials because I've given it the wrong password. Okay, so see, it has an error. Creation of session is prohibited when a session is active. If you go right here, go to here and sessions. See why it is not able, why I'm not able to log in, because one session is already being active. So if I delete it and if I log in again, then we'll have no problem. But we do not want it to happen on the user side. To fix that, what I did is that how I generated this error. Let's work on that. I have commented this part that await.sessions, like we are not deleting any sessions. If I just uncomment this and if I just try to run it again, it will not have this problem, because it will delete all the sessions which is being created in the past and then it will create a new session. So if I go right here, r@gmail.com, if I log in, let's give it a while, and boom, our login is successfully. Now let's pick an image. Pick image. It will have a pick function. So the image which you are seeing right now is which we are getting from the pixels. Let's pick and pick from the camera, not the camera, but it will open the camera. But I think the camera is not available in the emulator, so it will open the gallery as well. So let's pick this. Say it is able to, which we are going to edit it at some point. We can, I think, crop it or something. Choose. And now send image. Image is being sent. Image uploaded successfully. Okay. And after failed to load image. Probably wait a moment. File created successfully. File updated successfully. Okay. See, our image is right here. Might be some issue with some network error or some. I think I got it. So hence the purpose of the tutorial is being fulfilled, means our image which we wanted to upload and we wanted to see is right here. So that's it for today, and if you've got any problem till now, so do let me know in the comment section, or you can reach me out on my social as well. So yeah, that's probably it for this tutorial, and in the next tutorial we are going to work with the Flutter thing. So keep learning, keep exploring, and do let me know in the comment section if you find any errors, bugs, or let's say if you wanted to create a PR on my repository regarding this. Let's say you found any error, and I think you can also find the code already in my github.com/romans. Yep, I think so. Let's go right here. Yep, you can already see I have uploaded the whole code. You can just get it here as well. I have uploaded it yesterday because I was just testing it something, so you can get the same thing from here as well. So yeah, you got the code. That's it for today, and keep learning, keep exploring, and bye bye.